What if scientists could zoom from a full brain scan all the way down to the cells that help keep you breathing, sleeping, and alive? That is one of the standout stories today. Welcome to the Automated Daily Top News Edition, the podcast created by generative AI. I'm Trend Teller, and today is July 14th, 2026. Here's what matters right now. This episode is brought to you by CrispCall. CrispCall provides agentic cloud telephony for modern businesses. Find the link in the episode notes. Researchers at IIT Madras have unveiled what they call the most detailed 3D atlas yet of the human brainstem at cellular resolution. The project, named Anchor, combines more than 500 tissue sections from fetal, child, and adult brains, letting scientists move from MRI-level views down to individual nerve cells. That matters because the brainstem runs some of the body's most basic functions, including breathing, heartbeat, sleep, and movement, but has been notoriously hard to study. The atlas is free to use online and could become an important reference point for research into Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, stroke, sudden infant death, and brain surgery planning. In Paris, a group of European allies agreed to deepen cooperation on a new anti-ballistic missile defense effort designed to help counter Russian attacks on Ukraine. The project is being framed as defensive, open to more partners, and meant to complement existing US and European systems rather than replace them overnight. The urgency is easy to see. Ukraine says it can intercept less than 40% of incoming ballistic missiles because Patriot interceptor stocks are running low, and June was the deadliest month of the war so far for Ukrainian civilians. The bigger picture is that Europe is trying to build more of its own air defense capacity at a time when missile attacks remain one of Kyiv's most serious vulnerabilities. On the economic front, China posted a sharp jump in trade for June. Exports climbed at their fastest pace in years, while imports also rose strongly, driven largely by high-tech goods and especially demand tied to the global AI boom. There was also a rush to ship products before expected U.S. tariff increases, which helped push China's trade surplus even higher. The numbers suggest manufacturing remains a key support for China's economy, even as weaker consumer demand and private investment still cloud the domestic picture. The catch is that stronger exports, especially into the US and Europe, could bring a fresh round of trade friction later this year. In Gaza, the humanitarian picture remains deeply strained. A senior UN official accused Hamas of interfering with aid deliveries, including entering a World Food Program warehouse and attacking truck drivers, saying those actions are making already dangerous relief efforts even harder. Hamas rejected the claims. At the same time, European Union officials announced nearly 900 million euros for Gaza's initial recovery, aimed at debris removal and basic services like water and sanitation. Taken together, the developments show the gap between funding reconstruction and actually making it possible on the ground, where security, access, and political control remain major obstacles.
The European Union is moving closer to tougher rules on children's access to social media. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said the bloc will prepare draft legislation after an expert panel called for stronger protections for under-13s and warned about addictive platform design. The recommendations go beyond traditional social apps and could also cover other digital products that use similar engagement tactics, including some games and AI chatbots. It is a significant signal that the EU may be ready to test how aggressively governments can limit big tech's reach among younger users. And in health news, the UK has approved the first human trials of a new Ebola vaccine from the University of Oxford, just 8 weeks after the outbreak was declared. The trial will begin with healthy adult volunteers in the UK, while researchers also prepare for studies in Africa. The vaccine targets the Bundibugyo strain of Ebola, which is behind an outbreak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and currently has no approved vaccine or treatment. The speed matters here. If the vaccine proves safe and effective, it could become an important tool for containing an outbreak that is spreading in a conflict zone. One more technology story worth watching. More than 200 economists, researchers, and tech leaders have signed an open letter warning that artificial intelligence could disrupt the job market on a massive scale if governments do not prepare now. What makes this notable is the mix of names involved, from Nobel-level economists to executives and insiders from major AI companies. Their argument is not simply that AI is powerful, but that the pace of change could outrun labor policy, education systems, and economic planning. In short, the people building the tools and the people studying their impact are increasingly aligned on one point. The job question can't be left for later. Thanks to our sponsor, 11 Labs. 11 Labs lets you discover the future of AI audio with cutting-edge voice technology. Find the link in the episode notes. That's the top news for today. a closer look at the brain, a harder look at security in Europe and Gaza, and a reminder that technology is moving faster than policy in more than one field. Thanks for listening to the Automated Daily, Top News Edition. I'm Trent Teller, and I'll be back with the next update.